since my, as they say, mother tongue. My mother was English speaking, so I am also English speaking. My Islamic tongue is Arabic, and Urdu is my home ministry language, which I'm not very good at. And so rather than making this a comedy performance, I would rather speak in English. I'm very sorry that we have to speak in English. We should be communicating in the Arabic language, which is unfortunately, that's not the situation. So hopefully you'll bear with me with that. And if anyone does not understand English, hopefully we can have some sort of tarjuma going on along with it. So Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. First of all, I would like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, shukr beyond limitation, that after so many decades, if not centuries, of a disjointed ummah, bifurcated from its religious obligations, its religious affiliations, and its physical aspirations, material aspirations. We have been cut apart, we've been dissected, we've been thrown, scattered in the winds by our own doing. And of course, the enemies of Islam, the Shaitan and his party, have taken full advantage of that over the course of the past 2 centuries. And we find ourselves as an ummah, disjointed, scattered, without unity, without objectives, without a way forward. And so now we're starting to see a vestige of clarity coming to the ummah once again. And be it politically, economically, socially, in the business realm, etc. So this is very exciting and very heartwarming. And as it said, the mu'min should have an optimistic view. يعني كان ينبغي للمؤمن أن يكون له الرجاء الأمل يحسن الظن بالله تعالى. So having this husn al-dhan, that these are the alamat. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants something to happen, He first of all puts the intention into people's minds and hearts to do something. Intention is also makhluq lillah. So the very fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put intentions in all of us sitting here, it's nobody's kamal, it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's lutf and his karam to the greater humanity, in fact, that such things are taking place. And we see this, on so many fronts, long topic of discussion. So going back to, of course, those of us, our brothers who were there from the very inception, mashallah, many of us are there, hopefully we'll have some sort of da'wah. I don't know if it's, the time will permit at this point, but many of our original members who came together, we also had really no idea what in fact we really wanted to accomplish and what would the ultimate outcome be. But 40, 50 people gathered together, and we had some sort of idea that business should be part of our life of rububiyyah. Since ma khalaqtul jinna wal insa illa liya'budun, so we should not be doing anything except ya'budun. So that should be in the business context, it should be in our political aspirations, it should be in every majal, every section and sector of our life. So over a period of about 3 or 4 years, this process went on. And we kept meeting, and actually we wanted to have this gathering also in my place in Hawke's Bay, but it might have been challenging for many to come out there. But that was the original maqar, if you will. And brothers came, and it was all fi sabilillah, and it was all out of just, the love of seeing something happen in the name of Islam in the business sector. And over a period of 3 or 4 years, finally a kind of a shekel or a structure took place, and now we have a trust in the name of the Ubudiyyah Business Model Trust, UBM Trust. And so I want to, first of all, thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving ilham, if you will, to all of those original people who came and sacrificed their time and had such an amazing input. And I think we would all want to take a few moments to remember our colleague who I consider was the catalyst of this whole operation, our brother Ashraf Uthman, and his son, mashallah, is there with us. And I'm sure that we're all missing his presence, and I mean, he was the catalyst of that. I mean, we had ideas, but Ashraf, may Allah bless him, may Allah give him higher places in Jannah, and all that's going on as the fruit of this initiative. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all of that to Brother Ashraf, may Allah bless him and continue to elevate his position with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, now, since about a decade has taken place, and those ideas at that time, there wasn't many people thinking along these lines. Brother Atif and Mufti Atif and others in Nafia was a pioneer organization in this field. But there were very few people actually engaged in this kind of concern and these activities. Since that time, alhamdulillah, many things have happened. We have a new generation, if you will, where the old generation, the white-bearded shuyukh, who are on the way out, and now we have new generations on the way in who have come in, entered, and who will take the initiative onward. So now we need to see how to take this whole initiative, broaden it, refine it, make it more comprehensive, more effective. At the same time, accommodating new players, new collaborations, new associations, and how we can keep basically an umbrella understanding of what is the basic vision of UBM was the transformation of business in three compartments. Number one, the perspective, or what is the perception of business? What is business? What it is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, system to interact one with another. And then, of course, our objectives, higher than, subhanAllah, mashallah, what was read by Mufti Umar, may Allah bless him. Ya alladhina amanu la tulhikum amwalakum, amwalakum awladukum an dhikrillah. So the challenge is that Allah has made transactions and interactions and business engagement and the transformation of wealth a big fitna, to see who's going to man yashkur from man yakfur. So keeping that big picture in front of it, that the perception of business, that this is an engineering from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to test liyabluwakum ayyukum ahsanu amala. And then obviously from that we have to break it down into objectives. First to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then the acquisition of halal rizq, and the distribution, the fair distribution of the surplus to needy causes and causes which require our assistance. And to do so, we have to have sustainable, profitable businesses to continue these type of operations. And of course, in doing so, thirdly, the practices, how we do it. So the why we do it and the how we do it. Now, from this sort of broad-based set of principles and ideas, there's going to be a plethora of people, organizations, and areas of effort that need to take place. It's a huge sector. And so somehow in this, again, I think we are revisiting the kind of mindset that we had in the beginning of UBM. We don't know exactly what we're doing, and we don't know exactly what the outcome will be. But by opening the door and accommodating discussion and interaction, we have our hope and our raja from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He is going to bring about something great, inshallah ta'ala. So having said that, inshallah, we will keep this gathering in mind that it is not only a alumni, but rather the way forward to make a more comprehensive group of collaborators, of partners, and how we can take this ahead. And for that we have various exercises, and so without further ado, I will hand the mic to Muhammad Faisal. May Allah bless him. By the way, Faisal, he is, we all had our share of intake, particularly in the beginning. But actually, since the inception of the trust and the actual formulation of the trust, I would have to say that Muhammad Faisal single-handedly has, for the most part, has taken this initiative to where it is now. And of course, Mufti then joined, and then we have now Muhammad Siddiq, who's also joined us. But it was, we have to recognize the fact that Faisal had been great sacrifices. Sacrificing his own career as a very accomplished H&R specialist and taking on this very humble job. May Allah bless him and continue to give him sihat and afiyat and continue to take work from him even though he's trying to run away. Jazakallah khair. Barakallahu feekum. Subhanallah.